All right, so yesterday, Caitlin Clark won an award. I think her coach was interviewed on like CBS or something like that. She gave a comment kind of comparing Caitlin Clark to Maya Moore. I'm gonna read the comment and show the clip. Her coach said for her, Maya Moore was a huge role model growing up. So now she's the Maya Moore of this generation and she understands that. I'm gonna play the clip.
When I was in between my sophomore and junior year heading into the Olympic Games, I can't imagine the intensity of Caitlin Clark. And yet she managed to just present herself in such a phenomenal way on the court. Question is off the court, what is she like? And that inspiration and motivation, because we see tons of kids with her jerseys. She's clearly making a difference in kids' lives.
She is definitely making a difference in kids' life. For her, Maya Moore was a huge role model growing up. So now she's the Maya Moore of this generation. She understands that. She understands how important that was to her to get that autograph after the game, to get that hug, to take that picture with. And so I just think it's off the court. She's so genuine. She's so giving of her time. She's really an honest passion, and the joy that she plays with is so special.
Any logical person who watched that video, you know what she obviously meant. She looked up to Maya Moore. Maya Moore had a big influence. And then now she also has a big influence and she's impacting so many kids. And this is the stuff I'm talking about, right? So someone said, Caitlin Clark is not this generation's Maya Moore. Maya Moore actually spoke on social issues. She retired early to pursue it rather than using basketball to avoid it. I can't fit the accolades in a screenshot. I had to screen record. CC's not even close to this pace. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? This is what I was talking about in my other video. People are just trying to keep stuff basketball. You guys are trying to force a racial battle. It started with Angel Reese. Like, instead of appreciating both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as basketball players, people are trying to make it a racial battle. Girls just trying to play basketball. Your comment has nothing to do with sports. I like hoops. I like talking about hoops or whatever. So obviously, Caitlin Clark is not on fucking Maya Moore's level. No shit. Like, duh. Like, I think anyone with common sense knows this. She has a long way to go. In college, as individual players, you can make comparisons. We do it with NBA players all the time. We could do it with WNBA players too. So yeah, look, Maya Moore's awards list is so fucking long. You have to look how long I have to scroll to see all her awards she's won. Caitlin Clark just getting started, you know, she's doing whatever, and it's dope. And I'm sure Angel Reese's list is long. We could look at Angel Reese. Yeah, Angel Reese, hers is fairly long too. The point is, like, she didn't come out and say she was compared. She looks up to Maya Moore. So like any other girl hooper, her coach wasn't trying to say that she was better. She was trying to say that, like, the influence Maya Moore had back when she was playing, Caitlin Clark has that equal influence. She's right. You know, if you look at it from that aspect, she's right. Now, as far as players, Caitlin Clark is not comparable to Maya Moore right now. She's a 4-time champ, the WNBA. She won natties. Like, it's not comparable. She's talking about influence. I saw this tweet. It said, Caitlin Clark idolizes Maya Moore as a kid. Maya Moore meets Caitlin Clark, supports her. Caitlin Clark has tons of kids idolizing her now. Boulder compares their impact on kids. Twitter screams and cries, throws up, speaks over Maya Moore, attacks everybody. Oh, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's really wild. Regardless, I gotta say, for her, they've been doing a great job. Her and Angel. 3 of the WNBA's most watched games since 2001 have all come this season. That's crazy. You know, the matchup that just happened the other day, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark is cinema most viewed WNBA game in 23 years. 2.3 million people tuned in. People would rather watch those two play each other than an NBA series right now. Like, that's how hot their shit is right now. You have to find more talented players like those two. But, like, people would rather watch those two girls compete than an NBA series. In the WNBA, they were smart. If you got to rig the game a little bit to make sure their teams get wins so they meet each other in the playoffs. Y'all imagine the numbers they will do if there's a playoff series between the Fever and the Sky? Like, bruh, it'll break so many records and it'll be great for the game. So they got to figure out a way to get both of them in the playoffs. People had some comments like Caitlin Clark, I think she won an award yesterday. People are saying that she shaded her coach during one of the interviews. They're saying this is where Caitlin Clark shaded her coach. She said, I think that's the reason we were as good as we were, because of that bond that we shared.
Caitlin, earlier in the show, we spoke with your former college coach, Lisa Bluder, about the chemistry on that Hawkeyes team in the face of the spotlight. How important was that sisterhood?
Yeah, I think that's the reason we were as good as we were. Like, we weren't always the most talented group. Like, we had great players, but it was because of that bond that we shared with one another. And, you know, obviously Coach Bluder, in my eyes, she's the best leader I've ever been around in my life. She knows how to build a team. She knows how to get individuals to work together. And those girls were my best friends. We went through some amazing highs in making back-to-back national championship appearances, but also, like, there was a lot of lows too. And I think that's what allowed us to be so great in the moments that really mattered the most. So 4 years goes really fast. So to you that still have some time left in college, seriously enjoy it, because I can't believe my career is already over and I've already started my professional career. So, but yeah, yeah, my time at Iowa was truly tremendous. And now Coach Bluder is riding off in the sunset, enjoying her life, going out on top, and as she should. And obviously Coach Jay is taking over and our program's in really good hands. So just was lucky to be a part of such a great culture at Iowa.
Just her other comment, she said, "'Cause always preach, be where your feet are at. Life that I get to live, I'm grateful for."
Your career is off and running. What's the most important lesson you learned in your college days you've been able to apply so far in the pros?
Oh gosh, there's been a lot of them. Honestly, like I think Coach Bluder kind of just has always preached throughout my career is like, first of all, be where your feet are. Don't ever let any moment slip you by. This life that I get to live, I'm very grateful for. No matter the highs and lows, there's so many people that would really want to be in my shoes or be in any of us shoes as athletes. So I think just being grateful for it. But also like pressure is a privilege. I know there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders. And I'm very grateful for that. And I think it's something you can rise to the occasion and just embrace. So I would probably say those two things.
Coach, these comments came out today. Said Christie size on the balance for Caitlin Clark shooting and making the right pass. I think sometimes she's being a little too unselfish. I think she turns down some shots. Like her to take some shots that when she comes off, she knows she has the green light.
Yeah, I think sometimes she's being a little too unselfish at times. I think she had 13 assists the other night against Chicago. I mean, she is going, if you're open, she's going to hit you. I think she turns down some shots. I'd like her to take some shots that when she comes off, she knows she has the green light.
This is Caitlin Clark on how to handle the loss.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks. Like, it was a game we felt like we could have, won and put ourselves in a position to win after 3 quarters. And even, I think we were up 12 with 7 minutes to play in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think you can't dwell on it too much, but it can't happen again. I think it's one you go back and watch the film and, like, you get in those situations. Like, if we have another situation where we're up, 15 in the 4th quarter, like, you have to be able to still attack and be aggressive, but also play really great defense. You can't foul as much. That stops the clock. That's free points when the clock's not even moving. Like, that's the worst thing that you can do. So I think those things, and like I've said, like, we're in an inexperienced group. Like, you have to learn from it. That's the only thing you can do. So
that game was wild. This shit had me weak right here. She's right here. He said, "Oh, hell nah." They're starting to find clips from the game, and then this was also happening.
Depend on whether Mabry makes or misses. If you can get the board and push, you get the board and push.
Yeah, this was Kate Martin on being there for Caitlin Clark.
I don't know if there's like too much I can do besides just be a friend, right? A listening ear, being there for her and being there for everyone. I mean, Caitlin's phenomenal, having a great rookie season. I think people are really hard on her, expecting her to be perfect. That's unrealistic. She's a phenomenal person. She's a phenomenal player, and I'm going to support her through everything, right? She's one of my best friends, and so I'm just there for her, listening ear if she needs it. Sometimes just talking about other things other than basketball. That's what we need to do. So
It's helps to see the game growing for the WNBA though, regardless of anything. A lot of good games coming up. I'll cover them, but y'all let me know your thoughts on the Maya Moore Caitlin Clark comparison. And as always, it's your boy.